I'm delighted to introduce you to the next flute of the month. This is the flute of the month for November. The flute is made out of Nigerian ebony. It also has African blackwood on the mouthpiece and the head of the raven, and then some abalone. The rest, that's all the materials that are used in it. Nigerian ebony, mother of pearl, and African blackwood. The cool thing about African blackwood and ebony, they're both, I mean, if you didn't have them together at the same time, you could think that one was ebony and not really know the difference. Unless you really know your woods, you could have some challenge figuring it out. And but when you see them in bright light, which I'm going to have photos that will show this very well, and hopefully on this video you can see the color difference in the head of the bird and the beak of the bird. The beak is made out of ebony, and then the eyes right here, these eyes are carved out of snowflake obsidian. Now there's no snowflakes in them because I just used a little piece, but and they just feel awesome. They're so cool. My shop manager talked me into doing them out of stone. I actually didn't want to do it. I thought it was going to be really, really hard, and that my tooling wouldn't work very good on it, or I don't know what it was. But anyways, I didn't really want to do it. And Josh was like, well, I think it'll look really good, Brent. I said, fine, I'll polish up a piece and we'll see what it looks like. And I polished up a piece and I was like, what do you think? And he goes, I like it a lot. And I was like, dang it, I do too. It looks so cool. And even though it's got a little shine, it's kind of got a satiny shine to it, it doesn't look like the wood. They look very different. There's a depth that comes out of the stone that I don't think we could have gotten out of wood at all. And so, anyways, and they feel just awesome. I think a big piece of that polished obsidian would be really cool to have. Anyway, so the totem itself is made out of Nigerian ebony on the white base and of mother of pearl. And this particular flute is in the key of G. And so let me share that with you. Trickster sort of song, maybe, with the raven. Raven symbolizes a lot of different things in cultures around the world. One of them is a trickster. One of them is wisdom. I grew up here in Utah, where the ravens that we really see a lot, we'll see down in southern Utah. And I spent a lot of time as a kid hiking around Arches National Park. When we first started going, it was just a monument and there wasn't a lot of people there. Now they have millions of visitors every year. It's quite crowded. Still worth going to, but quite crowded. Back when we went as a kid, my mom would park our motorhome down at Arches and leave it there for maybe 6-8 weeks, something like that, in the campground of Arches National Park. And now, I mean, you can't do that. I mean, even getting a campsite, you're a year in advance, planning your camping trip to get a site there, or you're waiting in a line that's they have a few that give out every morning that are as you come, kind of first come first serve basis. But anyways, so I spent a lot of time down there hiking that red rock. And man, we'd be hiking along or up in some terrible chimney, a couple hundred feet above the ground, and doing stupid stuff as kids. And I'd look out and there'd be a raven just flying. And they look different to me. The ones that are down there in southern Utah, they got a real wild look to them. I mean, their hairs are coming out different ways, and I mean, they're not like a crow at all, or anything you'd think of as a blackbird, other black birds. They're just very, very different, and they glide on the thermals down there. It is so beautiful to watch them as they'll just grab these really big thermals off the rock and just move around looking for food. And I swear they look you right in the eye when you're down there. There'll be one flying by and he'll be just like looking right at you, and it's like you can see those little eyes in its head, and they're just awesome. And those birds can live for a long time. I mean, it's kind of like parrots. They can live, very, very long periods of time. And so I've often wondered if the ravens that I see down there today, if any of those are the same birds, or if they're just the kids of other birds that I saw when I was a kid. I don't know. I think it's interesting. But anyways, so I'll go ahead and play the instrument for you. And again, we'll see what we can get out of it this time. I hope you enjoy that. You can reach me at brent@woodsounds.com, or just go to the website, www.woodsounds.com, or you can give me a call at 801-822-1415. I hope you have a fantastic holiday season and a happy Thanksgiving, happy Merry Christmas, all that stuff coming up. I just hope it's really a great time for you this year. Have a great day.